Time and time again, inflation has popped up. It's the one case that no one has been able to solve. And I've just been asked to reopen it.
Many Americans don't know this, right? They're not tracking the inner workings of the Federal Reserve closely. But for the Federal Reserve, you losing your job right now is a feature, not a bug. You losing your job is a feature, not a bug.
I just feel like this can't be the best thing that we're working with. Like, this is the blueprint.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this is absolutely what the Fed is trying to do. You don't really know exactly what the Federal Reserve is doing until the economy is in crisis. Until there's a recession, in which case you see that the Federal Reserve starts spending to keep money flowing in the economy. Or until there's a period of high inflation in which the Federal Reserve starts dialing up interest rate hikes to slow business investment, to raise the price point in a hope that they will stop hiring or start firing.
The nation's central bank officially raising interest rates by 0.75%.
And they have over and over and over again, more than 7 times over the last year, raised those interest rates to keep, they use all these euphemisms.
The hot U.S. labor market appears to be cooling down.
Cooling the labor market. Well, cooling the labor market, in their eyes, means
we can't cure inflation in a painless manner. The Fed has to see a major weakening of the labor market. Otherwise, we're going to get massive ongoing cost pressures with rising wages.
Making sure workers aren't in a strong position to ask for raises.
At the beginning of the pandemic, emergency measures from Washington, including stimulus checks, loan pauses, low borrowing costs, and more, flushed the economy with cash.
If workers have more money, they have more money to spend. That spending, they think, accelerates and fuels inflation. So they're quite pleased when they see
claims are inching up, but by historic standards, they're way below normal. So the Fed really has to move ahead and continue to hike rates.
That strategy and that tool rests entirely on a theory that inflation is coming from the demand side, that the problem that we're trying to solve is that you and I have too much money. And if we had less money, prices would come down. That tool does not allow the Fed to get at other, more complex, more nuanced causes of inflation. But in this moment, those more complex, nuanced causes of inflation are indeed what's causing inflation.
Major U.S. corporations are reporting record profits as companies pass rising supply chain costs on to consumers.
Supply chain issues, the war in Ukraine, the fact that corporations can't leave well enough alone and are gilding the lily to go for broke on price increases.
That's inflation!
None of that gets tackled with the interest rate hikes.
So in other words, you're saying in order to beat inflation kind of for good here, we have to be in recession.
They have to risk a recession. There's no other way to get the genie back in the bottle.
Sheriff's office. Yeah, we know.
These recessions are not light, they're not mild, they're not temporary.
This is the only home I ever really lived in. This always be home to me, no matter what.
The labor market doesn't affect everyone equally.
Sheriff's Department. It's supposed to be 30 days. I got 30 days.
And for even the people who keep their jobs, they don't get higher wages, maybe falling wages. Or maybe they pick up twice the work but don't pick up any pay.
We found out that they're gonna shoot the plant on Tuesday. It really hurts because this is my second family. I don't think anybody on this planet deserves what are they doing to us.
The idea that the way that you quote unquote save the economy is by throwing millions of us out of work, I think really, really deserves a closer look. Prices are coming down and unemployment is still below 4%. So we haven't yet had to sacrifice employment for prices. So maybe we didn't actually have to choose.
We can have it all.
Yes. And frankly, more.
Grew up doing odd jobs, trying to make the ends meet. Comfy in my knockoffs, riding on my 10 speed, eager for some money. So I'm really about whatever.
Swear to God.
Hey, Mr. Smith, do you need a dog walker?